From Hamilton Radio Studios, from 206 to the 609 and beyond, it's WTF with Tracy and Friends. The most fun you can have on a Wednesday with your clothes on. Now, the 2023 nominee for Best Female Podcast Host, Tracy Brannigan.
Hey guys, welcome to WTF. I'm Tracy, and these are my friends, Jason and Jen. Say hi. What's up, guys? It's been a minute. So much to talk about tonight. First of all, Allie's not here. She's missing in action. She's on vacation. The audacity of her to go on vacation.
How dare she?
Work sucks so bad when your work bestie isn't there.
100%.
Don't you agree?
You're almost mad at them.
Yes.
I am mad at her. Allie, I'm mad at you. It's unbearable without you. Please come back. We usually talk 5, 6, 20 times a day, because we work from home technically. So when you're she's my lifeline.
Right. Sure. To the outside world.
Come back. She's going to be all tan. Oh, I'm so jealous.
She deserves it.
She does. She needs it. But come back well rested, girl, because we need you. We need you back. All right. So you were not here. Nobody was here last week. Everybody was sick. A lot's happened. We have to talk about, first of all,
I was busy having sick dreams.
Sick dreams?
You know when you're sick, you have those weird dreams?
No.
You've never had a fever dream or
No, I've heard fever dream, but
the medicine and everything.
No,
sure.
when I am sick, I have weird dreams.
You do?
Yes.
Did you
Example.
dream that a wolf was biting your hand?
That was a good one on your part.
No, I couldn't
Weird,
even.
strange dreams.
Yes, it's just weird.
Upsetting or?
No, it's just they're weird. They're weird.
Are you sick in the dream?
No.
Okay.
I'm walking through places that don't exist, and
It just doesn't make sense.
talking to
It's just
people
crazy.
that don't exist, and weird, just weird dreams. I thought everybody had them.
We need a dream doctor.
We
on
do.
The show. A dream doctor with Claire would be good.
Google what my dream meant. It was that a rat came after me, and then it turned into a wolf, and it was biting my hand. So I did research that. Basically, it means that somebody in your circle should not be trusted. Somebody is lying to you or should not be trusted. And I found out who it was.
How long ago was this?
I'll just leave it at that. But the traitor has come to light. You know who you are.
Incredible.
So we'll just leave it at that.
How long has this been?
This was, I would say, within a month, the last month, right?
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, it was about last month.
The person showed their true colors.
Incredible.
It really is. Because I thought,
getting
this is a bunch of baloney, but no, it's real. The hype is real, people. Yeah. So, I mean, it's nobody that, it was in the professional arena, let's say that.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Crazy.
Yep.
No, I didn't have any dreams I was being bit, but I had weird dreams.
Well, and do you dream, though, on a regular basis?
Yes.
You do?
I don't remember them, though.
They say, write them down. As soon as you wake up, you write it down. You know what I love, though? When you're just going about your day and then something triggers it.
Right.
You're like, oh, my God, I had a dream about such and such. Do you dream often?
I do, but I rarely remember them. Very rarely remember them. Don't know why.
I'll remember them as I wake up, but as soon as I come to, they're gone.
All right, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try, when I do my meditation tonight, I'm going to, right before I go to sleep, I'm going to say, remember your dreams in the morning, and then I'll wake up and I'll try to write it down. I'm going to see if that works. Let's see. They say.
I remember reading something that's saying as soon as you wake up, you should if you have a window where there's not a lot going on outside, you should just kind of focus and it can come to you as you piece together the dream.
If you
I've never
look
tried.
outside the window?
Yeah, if you have woods in the backyard or something pretty still. That you look there and you if you remember there was a wolf in the dream, so you're all right, I had a wolf in the dream. That it should materialize. I've never tried.
I can't because I'm seeing Charlotte.
Charlotte.
We have Charlotte.
Charlotte the Stingray. We will get to
I'm sorry,
Charlotte
Jason.
the Stingray
It's okay.
because I'm obsessed with Charlotte and the Stingray.
And
So
now
we're.
we have stingray images on the monitor.
Should we get into it now? No, we got to wait till we have.
No,
an
I've
image to
interrupted
look
you.
at.
Get back to your train of thought.
All right. So dreams.
We
talked
were all
about that.
sick.
We were all sick. You were signing books at the Fire and Ice Festival. Tell us about that. I was gonna go.
We have friends that went.
Yes, and I was gonna go. I forget why I couldn't go. Oh, I think basketball. We had playoffs, so I couldn't make it. That's why.
Well, so I get there in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be there about 2 hours before it sets up. We get there, and I have no idea where I am, what I am doing. I've only been there as a shopper. So I get there, and eventually someone comes over to me, and they're like, yeah, go over there. And it's just chaos.
You're outside.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
you're
so you had to
outside,
like bundled up. It was cold.
Yes, I wore my down coat. It sustained me.
Yeah,
for
it
the
was
better
cold
part of
that
the
day.
It was really cold in the morning. As the sun came out in the afternoon, it's when it got crazy. I mean, there were just herds of people coming through the aisles. And as I mentioned to you earlier, I could not pick a time to relieve myself. And we had, we had girls from Princeton buy the books. We had elderly people. We had kids that I had to say, no, this book ain't for you.
Oh, really?
You
yeah,
sure?
it's not.
No,
You
it's
know?
not.
Yeah.
It's not PG-13.
And in some
R+.
instances, though, the parents are there, and they would say, "I'm okay with them," and I said, "That's if it's okay with you, it's okay with me."
Right.
You
I mean,
being the
how,
dad or the mom.
How are you going to argue with the parent? you
Right,
know?
right.
They-
If they're okay with it, I am, because
Take their money.
your kid's responsible and isn't going to go crazy because they read my book.
Right.
So there was a lot of that, and we met. So many people, and I even joked to my friends later. I was like, I haven't had a chance to go to the bathroom. Because if I leave the table and someone wants a book, well, Michelle cannot sign the book for me.
Right.
It doesn't really do, and
Right.
people are at a festival, they're going to and fro,
Right.
and they're not hitting the same aisle. And the parking was packed. The people were parking out on the county road. The cops had to come and tell them to go. And Sunday was pretty much just as busy as Saturday.
Wow.
And I did have an encouraging signing where they asked me, they said, "Do you have any more of these books?" I'm like, "Well, it's the first novel and it's a short story collection." She's like, "Yeah, but did you write any more?" I said, "There is another one in the works."
Right up here, lady.
And I'm trying to figure why is she either wants these or she don't. And I got her the book, and she said, "I have a niece that works at HarperCollins," and that's when it all made sense to me, because major publishers want series. They want the
Okay.
return customer. They want your 50 Shades of Grey, 50 Shades Free. They want that consistent base.
Right.
So serial is really where
Twilight
the
and
mindset is. Absolutely. Perfect example.
Harry
Hunger
Potters.
Games, Twilight, all
All of them.
Yes.
That was what the early 2000s. That's all it was
Absolutely.
series.
We were just talking about the James Patterson books.
Oh yeah,
Michelle and I are watching Kiss the Girls with Ashley Judd, Morgan
I love
Freeman.
that movie. I
Damn
didn't
good
read the
movie.
book. I didn't, but I love the movie.
So we're watching that, and I'm going, so this is one of the first ones, because I could cross-reference with her aunt, who's read every Alex Cross story.
Okay.
And I'm just thinking, I'm like, this is still, like you said, 90s. It's still going on today.
All right.
The last one was Alex Cross Must Die. And so, yes, if you can have a story that is, there's, you can tell it in parts, it's to your benefit, because it's, people like returning to it. So, yes, all in all, thank you, Miss Heller and New Egypt Flea Market. It was a wonderful time, a wonderful festival. And it couldn't have went better. It far exceeded my expectations.
Sounds like it was a wonderful success, and you got a
Yes.
HarperCollins connection.
Well, hopefully, if she likes it.
That's phenomenal.
yeah.
She's gonna love it. It's a great book. It's a
Thank
great
you.
It
story.
really is.
All right. Well, and then so you'll do that again.
Yes, and then I found people from, like shore towns. I can't think of the name of the shore of the town, but I was talking, and I was told it's the town that the actress Susan Lucci lives in. But not Barnegat, one of these shore towns. She has a home.
Sea Isle, maybe? Sea Isle
Maybe
is-
that was. And they're like, you have to come.
Kelsey's are in Sea Isle.
They're like,
Oh,
we
yeah,
have
that's why.
we have a festival here, so and then there's the Trenton Punk Rock Flea Market
Yes,
coming up.
that's Coming up.
When is that?
That's in the arena? Is that in the arena?
I had the blacksmith across from me Sunday, and it's the Hebrew Hammer, and he told me, he said, look, you got to get in touch with them soon because the spots are filled up for the flea market. He said if you go there, he said go to the Trenton Farmers Market, find this guy, and ask him. So I still have to go to Halo Farm and go to the Trenton Farmer Market to find out.
Oh, geez.
But that would
Get
be
some
good.
chocolate milk while you're there.
Yeah, and the blacksmith has
Best.
been in Trenton. They just had since 1923. They just had their 100-year anniversary on
Really?
North Olden Avenue in Trenton.
Like, what do they do
Flea
now?
market?
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
the blacksmith.
The blacksmith
I
is
have
in
the
North Olden
dates.
Avenue.
April 6th and 7th.
April 6th and 7th. So that's
Okay.
coming up.
And it's
sure.
in the Cure Arena.
In the NJ Cure. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So you need to get on that, Jason.
Yes, I do. No, you're right. It'd be nice to be indoors. It'll be warmer by then, though. But it
Hopefully.
was warm, and then when the sun went down, because we're there till 7 at night, it wasn't as bad as you would have thought. I guess because it was colder in the morning.
I was going to say, though, too, if there's no wind, it makes a huge difference.
Yes, and the wind wasn't bad. And
Yeah.
Sunday it was non-existent, so it was really good. But I didn't get to see any of the rest of the festival.
Oh, that's a
'Cause-
shame.
Right, you were working.
Right,
You were
Michelle got to
hustling.
run around. She got a teepee for the cats. It's like an actual teepee
Yeah.
that they're not going in it. She got bread. The man, just to give you an idea, the hot dog vendor said he sold, I think, 790 some hot dogs,
Wow.
Whoa.
and did not have enough, and people still wanted more.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
But did they have kettle corn? Because
Thank
it's
you,
not
Ruben.
a festival without kettle corn. To me, it's not
I
a festival
didn't.
without kettle corn.
I don't even remember if I ate, but it was good
Probably
because
not.
I was
You were
occupied.
Rubbing elbows and signing
The
books.
hand, I said, this is funny. My hand's hurting because it's cold and I was crimped up
Yeah.
in there.
Oh my god!
And my friends came and hung out like even in the night, and they were there, and they were like, "That's good. That's what you want that hand to hurt."
Yes. So they
So it
had
was-
ice sculptures, fire pits.
So the fire pits, sure, and they had all kinds of food. They had food trucks everywhere, and I just I was relegated to where I was, and I told Michelle, I'm like, I have to go to the bathroom. She's like, all right, hurry up, go run now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she can just say he had to run to the men's room. He'll
right,
be
but
back.
you don't want to make anybody.
You
wait,
can
'cause
shake
then
his
they'll be
hand when he comes back.
You
You're
will have
funny.
to sign a few in advance in case anybody comes to the table and just say, he'll be right back, and maybe they'll wait to hang around.
I enjoy so much talking with
Right.
people that have questions about it and everything that I do take my time with folks, and I will write like a message or something if they tell, or if it's a gift, I want to do that and everything. So
That's
she
so
did she
cool.
did tell me, she's like, you got to step it up here. You're a little slow on the sign.
Yeah, you're taking a little too long. You got a line of people, like, hurry it up, sign it, and
yeah.
were you like taking photos with people?
I got to take some photos with folks. I had one guy who was like, let me take your, he bought the book for his wife, and then he took my picture, and he sent it to me. He tagged me after, and he took a great picture. So thank you, Nick, I believe.
That's so cool. Nick,
But-
awesome.
But yeah, it was tremendous. And yes, I would definitely be back for next year.
All right, good. So we'll look next at the Trenton Punk Rock Flea Market. Wow, that was a tongue twister to get out.
Trenton Punk, yes.
April-ish.
6th and 7th.
Okay. So, all right, I got to clear my schedule. All right. So, did you watch the Grammys?
I watched all the highlights to the Grammys and read my People magazine about it today.
That is great. I'm surprised they still make People magazine.
Yeah.
That it's actually like in print.
I-
I'm glad they do though.
My daytime job, I work in the mailroom. So we still get all the magazines, the Hearst Publishing, the Vogue, and
Oh, wow.
and we laugh in the mailroom. Me and all the guys read the magazines. It's like spying on women. We know all your silly tips
I
and
know
tricks
our
and everything.
secrets.
Yeah, we
Are
know
you
'em all.
getting Cosmopolitan?
We go through the Cosmo.
That's where it really.
I'll
that's
tell you,
where it's all at. All
the
our
favorite
secrets.
The favorite from the Cosmopolitan is when the girls write in about the horrible dates they have.
Yes.
That's like in the middle of the magazine, and we die. We read them aloud to each other.
We're like, can this really be real?
Yeah, like, this girl in her 30s, she's like, he picked me up with his mom. And she stayed with us throughout the dinner.
Why? Was
I
there
would
a
not
reason?
have.
I'm so intrigued.
Oh,
Why?
the horrible dates in the Cosmo are the best part of it.
Wow. I would
Love-
have
And
said,
we
I'm
get
good.
to see
I'm not
pictures
hungry.
of the men with purses and ads, and we just
We
die.
have to do an episode of that, dating disasters.
Dream Doctor, dating disasters. Gotcha.
I mean, I haven't had a dating disaster in 20 years, but I wouldn't know. But I like to hear stories.
They're tremendous
that.
stories.
I like to live vicariously through friends with that kind of stuff. All right, so Grammys. You saw the highlights.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see all their performances?
I thought I did until I read People today.
What did you miss?
Bon Jovi and Springsteen were there together. And
Oh.
yeah, in the People, I guess it wasn't in the
In the
televised.
pre-show. How could they have Springsteen and Bon Jovi and not televise?
I have no idea. I meant to check YouTube to see if it was on there, but I'll tell you
so
this.
rotten.
Back in the days of like ripping music and everything, I had a recording of John Bon Jovi, Bruce Springsteen, and he's doing Hungry Heart. In the middle of the song, this is Meadowlands. This is Giant Stadium 1 year after 9/11, and he calls out Bon Jovi in the middle of Hungry Heart and does the second verse. And this is just audio. It's a live audio rip. And you could just hear the Meadowlands erupting.
Oh my
So
God,
I don't
yeah.
know how they didn't have the two of them on there, but I looked at that picture in the magazine. I was like, oh, and they had their instruments too. So I'm like, they definitely did something.
I mean, the Grammy program is so long now, right? Hours and hours and hours. They can only televise so much of it.
Right.
And
No, I get it.
Half of the show is commercials. I just really was annoyed with all the commercials. It was like they would do a performance, an award, and then 5 to 7 minutes of commercials. It was really annoying. I'm like, this is why I don't watch television anymore.
Exactly.
It's just
You're so not used to dealing with the
there's
commercials.
so much.
And I don't
Too
watch
much.
anything live. Even if it
Yeah.
has commercials, I'll DVR it and fast forward.
This was one of the few things I've seen live recently. And I haven't watched the Grammys in years, but
No,
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I think for a while I didn't listen to new music at all, but in my midlife crisis now I'm with the times listening to new music. So like I'm a little more like I knew who everybody was. So
Right.
I was
That
like,
was where I would benefit from the award shows in the past. I would always, my friends would be like, you're watching the Golden Globes. I'm like, I find movies in this that are good that I would not know of otherwise.
Right.
If not for these being nominated.
Yeah.
That was then. Now,
Speaking of movies, can I tell you what?
Yeah, tell us. Do tell.
I finally watched Saltburn.
Oh, you did. You
Well,
watched Saltburn.
Last week when I was sick and recovering on the couch, and I felt okay. I just was a blob on the couch. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing anything. I'm not going anywhere. Let me watch it. I didn't think it was all that off. Like,
You didn't?
no. What does that say about me?
A lot.
he killed him, didn't he?
He killed the whole family.
Yeah, he killed everybody.
Except for the father just happened to die on his own, but he killed the entire
Killed
family.
Everybody.
I tried to watch it again, even though you said at this
So
point.
when did you stop watching? Now that I know what we're talking about, when did you stop watching it?
When Jacob went out to the courtyard there, and weird face kid followed him, and
Weird face kid.
weird face
have a
kid
weird face.
kills him.
Okay.
So many close-ups of that face,
It is a
I
weird
felt like,
face.
So
I
did you
don't like
see the funeral or no?
no.
Oh.
No. I was kind
So
of
you
in and out
missed-
at that
no.
point because I fast forwarded.
Because you might have turned it off after that. I thought maybe that's when you turned it off.
But you thought not too bad though, right? I mean,
No.
is there rewatch value in this? Would you put this on over something else in the future?
Will I watch it again? Probably not.
Okay.
But I wasn't offended by any of the nudity. And I mean, it was weird sexual stuff, but whatever. It didn't.
Somebody said it's like a lot of like
What?
male frontal nudity. So the whole movie, I'm waiting for
Waiting,
the
and
male
you have
frontal nudity. I'm like, where is this? And it was like one scene at the end. It was I was like, I don't get this.
I was going to say I don't remember any, but it's at the end. Okay.
At the very end.
It's
Well,
at the end.
and you can almost the funeral scene. You kind of see him from the side.
The funeral scene. That was
That was very cringy, along with the bathtub scene.
yeah. It was something.
Whenever I hear male nudity, I think of this moment when I was a teenager. I worked in a movie store, and there was these two elderly ladies. I mean, silver hair, and it's one of those deals where I'm over on this side of the rack, and they're over there. They don't know anyone else is next to them, and they're like, this. The one goes, "This is the color of the night." They're like, what is that, Bruce Willis? And the first one who's excited goes, "This is the one where you see his piece in it." I bit my tongue inside my mouth to keep from laughing.
What movie
and
store did
walked
you
away.
work at?
I worked at multiple movie stores. I worked at Blockbuster
Okay.
in the Roebling Market in South Clinton, and I worked at the Suncoast Motion Picture Company.
Oh, okay.
It was the movie store in the mall.
I worked at Sir
yeah.
Video
Ooh, okay.
when I was in high school.
Sir Video. I remember the commercial first. Were you in the commercial for Sir Video?
And speaking to the nudity and the X-rated movies were in a whole separate room.
You had an X-rated
Right.
there.
We had a room that was separate for X-rated movies, and people would come up and be like,
oh my God, how humiliating!
Like-
you had to rent your
and
Would they really?
I was only like 14, 15 working there.
Porn back in the day.
I
course
still
they had
remember
to. Yeah.
I still remember this one couple. You would never, ever, ever expect that they were in there to rent porn, and they were in there once a week for their porn. They looked like they were going to church instead of coming to rent porn at Sir Video. Hey, whatever, more power to you. Like
That's wild. Kids these days have no idea.
they
Tremendous.
don't have to
They
do it in
it.
person. Everything is on your phone. Like
When
gosh.
when we were instructed, the corporate line at Blockbuster was this: when people asked you for it, this is what you had to tell them. "I'm sorry, this is a family store." I used to have a man that would come in. We closed.
I
it.
never knew that Blockbuster didn't have X-rated movies.
No, and I would have a man who would come in. I love this guy because he always came in when it's closing. We closed at midnight, and he'd be hammered, and I'd have to read him the backs of the movies.
Oh
And-
my gosh.
But the very first encounter with him, he walks in, and he goes, "Where the fuck are all the pornos at?" And I say what I'm supposed to say. Because in my mind, he's some like Blockbuster undercover shopper guy. But,
Right.
Yeah, you're mystery
he's
shop.
testing me. I got to say the thing. And I say what I'm supposed to say. And he looked dead in my face. He was like, "Family store? How the fuck you think you make the family?"
Oh
Yeah.
my God, that's great.
And then we became buddies, and I read the backs of the movies to him and showed him all the softcore stuff.
Okay.
That would get him over. But
amazing.
that's a great experience, Jen, that you've actually had that room
Yes.
there. And and is what's the anxiety like? You working and they make a beeline for it, right?
You wouldn't really, if you were behind the counter, you didn't really see them going in
Okay.
when they would come in. But you could, like, there was a monitor that would ding when somebody would walk in there. So you knew, because for safety reasons, you had to know there was somebody in there.
So not only do they have to hide to get in there and get it, this ding goes
It
off.
would only
when
go off in the back of the
Oh,
store.
totally for you.
Like,
Okay.
Thanks for being slick. You walk in and it's like, ding!
But now, as an adult, like I said, I was a kid. I was 14, 15 years old. Like, people probably were like, "Oh, anybody but the little girl." Like,
Right.
they were
Horrified.
probably hoping like the adult was working, so they wouldn't have to come up with.
Yeah.
Because
That
what it
takes some
is, they
nerve
would,
to go up to have the
They didn't
14-year-old
keep-
girl ring up your porn.
was
Did they
Blockbuster-
I would have gotten a regular one and like a new release and
Because
put
I
it
think
between and given it to
Blockbuster
you.
was not this way. Sir Video was you got the case and you handed it to us,
And you had to
and
get
we
it.
had to go in the back and get it, kind of like a shoe store. Like,
Right, so they weren't stealing the actual
Right.
videos.
So I would have to. They would hand me the case, and I would have to go find their X-rated movie.
This is,
Do you remember any of the titles?
I don't know.
imagine she goes back to the counter. So this is what you like, huh?
Hey, Hey, how was this? I've been wondering about this one.
You know everybody's fetishes.
Oh, I did at the time. I don't remember now. It's, you know.
My God, that's
No,
amazing.
but it's a really unique experience. It really is. That's something.
Yep.
That's great.
And I just remember them, they would walk in. I'm like, oh, there they are.
Hi, guys.
Young couple. Who cares? I mean,
Yeah.
Like they're going to
Well,
church.
the most we would have at the Sun, because Suncoast wasn't a rental, you bought them there, and we would have the Playboy best of Pamela Anderson, best
Okay.
of Anna Nicole Smith, and I'll never forget this kid. He comes in, and he puts it up there. He's not even 16, and I look at him. I'm like, I'm not even 18 probably, and I'm like. It's just, why you can't, He goes, it's a gift for my brother.
It's
I
a
looked at him.
gift for my brother.
I was like, all right.
Yeah.
I was like, you come back here with your mom wanting to beat me up, I'm going to say you fucking stole it. I said, don't come back here. Give it to your brother.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah, but that's funny. It is an experience working in these stores.
Good
Yeah.
times.
Yes.
Blockbuster, huh?
Yes. Why did we bring up the video store though?
I don't know.
Saltburn.
Oh, Saltburn, yeah.
Saltburn.
Male nudity.
And the
So-
male nude and the ladies in the store talking about Bruce Willis's piece that killed me.
Peace. I love that.
Yeah, like where you see it, and she's holding the box, which that was a very erotic movie if you remember it.
What movie is this?
It's called The Color of Night. It's Bruce Willis and that.
Donna in that?
I don't
Google- I'm
remember
gonna
if you got
Google it right
Madonna.
now.
The actress' name was Jane March, and she was like, I guess what you'd call barely legal at that time.
Okay. I had to have seen this movie.
Jane March.
Yeah, look at the cover. I mean, it's pretty
Yeah.
So these ladies were
Like
pumped up,
sweaty.
and it was a hilarious moment.
Leslie Ann Warren. Okay. All right.
I went into the adult bookstore trying to find was it Playboy or whatever magazine had Brad Pitt in it? A client,
Playgirl, right?
Playgirl, yeah.
Okay.
A client of mine, and we're talking about it as I'm doing her hair. She's like, I won't go in there. I was like, I'll go in with you. So I got done doing her hair. We walked over and we went in and we were like, and I was like this the whole time.
Sure.
Oh, look at this. And she's asked the guy at the counter, she's like, do you have the Brad Pitt nudity one? And he's like, no, I'm all out of them. I was like, she goes, all right, let's get out of here. I'm like, I got questions.
You're like, yeah, wait a minute. Hold on. Lots of questions.
I just want to know what a few things of these are. Just
So crazy, though, because now everything, you can find anything online. It's
Right.
insane.
yeah.
Wow. That's nuts. No pun intended, but. All right. So, Grammys highlights? Any highlights to the Grammys?
I felt when going into it, we watched a prediction show like on YouTube where this guy's like the authority on who will win and this and that. When they went through it, and they were talking about Taylor Swift, of course, perhaps sweeping pretty much everything. And I told her, I told Michelle this. I'm like, she'll probably get best album, and she'll probably get album of the year. I said she might not get best song. And the only reason I thought that was when I was working at the escape room in Red Bank, before I ever heard that song Flowers by Miley Cyrus, I heard like 20 girls that were, playing the escape room singing the song, and I didn't even know it. And that was in March, and I know that song played heavy rotation
Oh, yeah. It's a great song.
all year. It is a great song.
Yeah, she deservingly.
Even better video.
Deservingly won
great
that.
video.
A great video. And, like
Just
the whole
her-
story behind it. Like,
yeah, she got the
it's
dress. and
in
then-
his house, like her ex's house.
Okay.
Do you know that?
I didn't know anything about
The video was shot in the ex-boyfriend's house, apparently, and that's his suit that she had on, or like.
Well, the dress is supposedly a mimic of a Jennifer
Yes,
Lawrence dress from the award
exactly,
show.
yes.
Which
So
was
there's-
that gold dress, but then she sheds that dress and she's
Right.
just shredded and
Yes. Oh,
God,
amazing
her
looking.
body.
Yeah, it's something
I
else.
know.
So Miley wins best song of the year, which
It's Miley's year.
and shockingly her first Grammy ever.
Right, yeah.
Which she sang when she did the performance.
Yeah, she's
but
got a voice.
I got to give you my favorite moment though.
What was it?
Guess.
Was it Fast Car?
No,
No?
I never even liked that song before.
Oh, really?
honestly.
I always-
You like the first time
And
around.
when the first time I was like, is it a dude singing or is it a woman? I don't know who this person is. They
It's a
got
very
three-
depressing song.
Sad song.
Yeah. When you actually listen to, I was a kid when it came out. And I was like, that's a sad song.
It's a perfect country song, actually.
But a lot of people did like that. I know that. But no, my favorite moment was watching Taylor Swift take all the air out of the room when she said, by the way, she's winning everything. Nah, my album comes out for next year's too.
Yep.
So all the expressions on the people when she says that, it's just like
Mic drop. That was a mic
It
drop
was
moment.
genius. It was incredible, and I was just like, because then you got Jay-Z going up there
Oh,
bitching
God,
that
that was
Beyonce
so
never won album.
cringy.
Like, you need all the awards. Is
Yeah,
is
all the
that what it
things.
is?
Yeah.
And I guess when you have everything, you get to a point where you'll just want everything. If you can't have something, it's denied to you, you want that too. But that is the Dr. Dre Global Icon Award when I was watching
Yeah.
the week before the show. And, I guess maybe he just didn't want to center on himself or anything. But, he started talking about her not getting album of the year. I don't know what order the show went in. And then Taylor Swift goes out there, yeah, my new album comes out. So for next year, we can do it again.
Well, I'm so excited about the new album. They released the track list, and she has a collaboration with Post Malone.
Okay.
And we love Post Malone.
We do.
It's like, that's our guy. So I'm really excited about that. The song is called Fortnite. So,
The Post Malone song.
yes.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Fortnite? How long is a Fortnite? Do you know?
I think it's probably in reference. I know he's a big gamer, and they hooked up, linked up, playing Fortnite with each other or something. That's
I
a
don't know.
guess.
See her as
I
being
know
a
he
gamer.
plays Magic the Gathering.
Fortnite is 14 nights. So it's 2 weeks. So maybe it's like about a 2-week period. I don't know.
Well, wait a minute. What's 4 score?
4 score and 7 years ago? I don't know. Let's
That's
see.
the-
I thought that
Abraham
was,
Lincoln,
right?
How-
What is it?
Gettysburg Address.
I thought that was 2 weeks. Yeah.
Speaking of
But I thought
score,
that was 2
you get
weeks.
some Korean score bars. I'm very interested.
What?
The SKOR candy bar is
Oh,
my favorite.
yeah.
Score, I think that's where
That's
they got the name.
It's Korean?
Well, I said if they come across some Korean
Oh.
exotic scores, I'd be down
Okay.
to try those.
Score means 20. So 4 score is 80.
Oh, okay.
So 4 score in 7 years is 87 years.
Okay.
The more you know.
What are some other track listings that you're intrigued?
Oh, I don't know. That was the only one.
She's only interested in the Post Malone one.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a great collaboration.
Is
They're
Lana
two
Del
great-
Rey again with her? Because I know they had a song together on the list.
Yeah,
Who?
Snow on the Beach.
I love Lana Del Rey.
I do too.
Oh, yeah.
Really
Lana
enjoy
Del
her.
Rey.
Apparently, they're like best friends.
Yeah, she was
Getting the
apparently got trampled at the Super Bowl when everybody was rushing the field.
See her at the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, she was there. Not with Taylor Swift, but she ended up
was there.
getting there, I guess.
Oh, I thought she was like there. Okay. Well, did you have a Grammy highlight?
No, we talked about it.
Yeah.
It was Miley and her performance and
good.
I just won my first Grammy. I thought that was just so cute and in the moment, and it was heartfelt and real, and I loved it.
Everybody is ripping Taylor Swift to shreds because she didn't
The
hug
Celine-
Celine Dion.
Yeah.
Celine Dion.
Or say like,
And I just realized, besides her announcing the album, I'm a huge Mariah Carey fan. Always have been, always will be. And I love the moment when she accepted the award and insisted that Mariah stay there with her. And she said
The
this
butterfly
and
story.
Yes,
Right,
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yes.
Same as you felt about that. I thought that was nice, and yeah, I enjoyed that as well. But yeah, I just thought when she announced that, I'm like, all these people that are trying to win awards here, you're just.
Yeah, stealing all their thunder.
But
That's
what
how
are
she
they?
rolls.
As far as the Celine Dion thing, I mean, I don't think it was intentional.
Apparently, they were told don't touch her because
Touch
whatever disease she has,
Oh.
it's very painful.
right, a stiff muscle, like her muscles
Stiff
atrophy.
person disease or
Yes.
something. If that's what it's called. Did you know that? Like she's
I
got
heard
some
of
kind
it. Justin Bieber had the same thing, right?
No,
Face paralysis.
no, this is not treatable. She'll eventually die from this, but her muscles are atrophying. Is that the right word?
Okay.
And
Yes, she no longer has control of her muscles. It's literally called stiff person syndrome.
Okay.
So all the nominees were told, you must not touch Celine Dion.
Oh, well, there you
So
go.
that's why she didn't. But you didn't know that as you were watching. You
but she
know that
didn't
until the next
acknowledge
day.
her really though either. Like didn't even say.
How much acknowledgement
Anything.
do
Yeah,
we give the
I don't care.
presenter?
I mean, whatever.
It's great they're presenting it, but
Right.
you know,
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah. But people look again. I'm no big proponent of hers. I like some of her songs. That's about it. I hate that she likes the Chiefs. But at the what was it? The Golden Globes. They're like, oh, she sipped her drink angrily when they mentioned her. I'm like, now we're talking. Hey, though, how about this though with the Super Bowl with the Ice Spice? They said she had the upside down cross of
Yes.
St. Peter and was sending Illuminati
Yes.
symbols.
Yes.
And
yes.
I'm just like, and all this while Taylor has to chug the beer, right?
It is so crazy. You think about how heavily these people are scrutinized. Like their
I didn't hear any of that.
their every move is scrutinized to the nth degree. It's
Yeah.
insane. Like
Yeah.
how can you live like that?
I just knew that the Ice Spice looked like she would rather be anywhere but
Anywhere
that
else
Super
but
Bowl.
the Super Bowl. Like
and
she's
I'd rather
never
see
watched
about
football in her
anybody.
life.
She looks like
Yeah, she looked miserable being there.
They said her head looked like a snickerdoodle or cheese doodle. Yeah, that girl's brutal.
Maybe she has
She's
jet
got the
lag.
song. Wait, her
Yeah,
song.
They came right from Tokyo. Tokyo? Yeah.
Oh, she was with her in Tokyo
Yeah.
too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you know what Ice Spice's biggest song is?
What?
No, what's their biggest song?
You ain't the shit, you a fart is the song. Yeah. And it charts. It charts
Yes,
too. I'm
you're
not
right.
making it up. I couldn't make that up.
No, you're right.
Yeah, that's the song.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So-
look up the thing. It's pretty weird
Yeah.
when they talk about the signaling and everything with the
I
upside
saw
down
all
cross.
that, yeah.
That was pretty wild.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't see any of that.
I was like,
You
oh my
were
God, she
looking
is-
for the sign.
No.
Yeah, you have to. It's all like on YouTube.
No,
YouTube.
it
I'm
was
sure.
only because this person pointed out. I
Yeah.
would never
Well, yeah.
missed it.
But yeah, the Super Bowl. Let's get into Super Bowl. I had to. Okay, first of all, I found this so amusing. All right, we had Post Malone did "God Bless America," great performance. What?
It's garbage.
Oh, I love him. Love him.
Michelle was like, "You got to listen to this Post Malone and this and that," and I was like, "No." And she's like,
can do
"Why won't
any
you listen to
genre.
him?" I said, "Because I already know who Bubba Sparks was." Incorrectly, I listened to some songs. I just wasn't enthused.
I despised him when I first heard him. The kids were listening to him. I'm like, what is this garbage? This auto tune? Get this guy off. This is not music, right? But
Yeah,
my
there's just some good songs. I
teenagers
love
made
Hollywood
me like
It's
him.
Bleeding is my favorite song from him.
Okay, that's a
great
good one,
song.
yeah.
I hate the year that he performed live in New York in Times Square in like a pink suit, and it was horrible.
Oh, he always wears something outrageous.
And then it was horrible. And then LL Cool J like saved the whole night, breakdancing in a tuxedo, doing everything. That was like, oh, thank God, made me forget that other shit. But yeah, I do like Hollywood Is Bleeding and a couple other songs.
a good
And
one.
Michelle loves them too. So
He's the best. I love
appeals to a
Posty.
wide thing.
He can
Tracy and
perform
I
any
can
genre.
have a good time at a Post Malone concert.
You had the pics from the concert. I remember he took pictures with you, right?
No.
You posted the pictures from
That's
the
my
concert.
son, who looks just like Post Malone.
Oh yeah, that's her.
No.
No, for
My
real.
son looks like Post Malone without the face tattoos.
But you went to the concert.
Yes.
I remember this.
yeah,
with
we
me.
went to the concert.
With you? Okay.
We went.
Well,
with the kids.
you always hear of how generous and like he's not like I won't take a picture with you, and
He's-
that's
like
always
if
refreshing to hear.
if we had a picture with Post Malone, I would die.
That would be our cover picture.
That would be, yeah, forever, for all eternity. Love him though. He can just do any genre. I think, like and he's a great.
No,
songwriter.
from what you hear, he's a very down to earth, generous person.
humble.
And you
Yeah,
can't-
Like-
right.
I think I saw a video once of fans that like made these sneakers for him, colored them, and so when they gave them to him, he took his sneakers off and gave them to the fan
and put those on.
and put them
probably.
on.
Yeah.
Like and said,
That's
it was like,
incredible.
thank
Yeah.
you so much. Like
And yeah, what could
So
you say
I like,
bad about
you know,
somebody like
the
that?
fact, I mean, the first time I was going to go see him, I was like, this concert's going to stink. Like, he doesn't have a band. It's just him by himself. Like, How
So you
is
just
this gonna
went.
be? Yeah,
just-
it was the greatest show though. For this man to just be by himself on this stage and carry this whole show, he just talks to the crowd like it's. I was really surprised at how good it was. I was shocked. So that's
And
that.
this time he had an orchestra with him.
He did a whole band. Yes,
And the orchestra, that just, like, the buildup of the orchestra just gets inside
the
you.
violins
Yeah.
and shit. Like it was unreal. It was
Yep.
so good.
So he has the God Bless America. Then you go Reba McEntire for the.
Reba McEntire.
Reba.
But you're forgetting something.
Well, now I'm going to talk
I
country.
got to tell you this.
Reba.
You
my
had
highlight.
what I didn't know until after the fact is that there was a black national anthem.
There
before
is.
Oh, yeah, you
everything.
didn't know that?
Well, they didn't say this is the black national anthem. They said this is such and such
It's
song.
not the
What's-
first year. They've been doing it a
Yeah.
couple
Wait,
of
what's the
Right.
name of the song?
Rise up and it was something because they were like performing this.
Yeah.
Lift
is,
every
Audra
voice
Day.
and sing.
Lift every voice
Yes.
and
So
sing.
they've been doing that in the
Right.
past few years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who did nobody's going to do the Canadian national anthem? They're not going to have them, are they?
Oh, Canada?
Right.
I don't think there's very many Canadians in the NFL.
Well,
Probably none.
I don't know. But
But I
it's
gotta.
like, I didn't know we were having other national anthems within it. And so there was that. Then you had the Post Malone. Then you have the Reba McEntire.
Reba.
I have to talk about this Reba McEntire because
What did
this
you
was
think of
so amusing to me. Not her performance, but before the Super Bowl, she posted this picture on Instagram. Do you see this photo?
I do.
It looks like. Go ahead.
So she captions it, "Boots with the fur,"
Oh, boots.
like
Yeah.
the Florida song.
Yeah.
Apple bottom
Bottom
jeans,
jeans,
boots with the fur. So I saw this comment on there. and
Always
it
thought
just-
the boots had the fur, not.
Yeah, wait. Her quote was, this is from Jessie Dugan at J.A. Dugan. Okay. She says, okay, this is the first time I have considered that the boots themselves did not have the fur.
Well, we had this conversation the other night. Ryan and I did. She's like, I always imagined they were Uggs.
Furry boots, yes.
And I was like,
Have you ever thought, oh, I've never really
I-
thought about it, but
I'm going through the song now in my head.
Boots with the fur.
That was a crazy hit, that song.
It was. So she
still
posed
is. I
boots
mean,
with the fur. And then we're like, oh my God, never considered that it was
boots and a fur
with
jacket.
a fur jacket. Yes.
And there we have it.
There we have it. A whole new. I was
Courtesy
so
of
New
excited.
perspective
Reba
on life.
McEntire.
Your axis just shifted.
Totally. And now this poor woman, they are attacking her in the comments for wearing a fur jacket. People are like, "You're the worst." I used to be a big fan, but now that you condone animal torture, I mean, they
Who said it's
are
real?
ripping her to shreds.
I
Well,
don't
that's
know.
what I thought
Or
immediately.
say I bought it secondhand.
How do you know it's real? Because she put coat, Diomi for Pinto Ranch, jeans, Reba at Dilliard.
I'm sorry.
Right? She put all of her like links in there.
Okay.
So of course I go to Pinto Ranch. I'm like, this can't be a real fur. It is. It's fox fur.
Oh.
It's real fox fur.
Yeah, you know, like I don't know how people keep making new arguments of stuff that was already done. Like
wild.
You got abortion. It's like some people want to do it, and some
Live
people
your
don't.
life.
Some people don't like to do it.
Live your damn
That's
life.
an old. That was settled. That was not settled, but
It's
it was
never settled. People
legally.
still go
it was
at
in the
it.
books, and
Right.
you brought up a new. I thought I was at work working my night job, and I looked at my phone, and they said, "Were they unlegal?" I'm like, "All right, this is like a joke or something," but no. And now the same thing with it. I didn't even know people are still making a thing of the animal fur.
Again, I mean, these celebrities are so scrutinized. First of all, I love the comments on Instagram and TikTok. They are everything. So entertaining. But people get nuts with these comments. Like, okay, whatever. It's a fur. Scroll. You don't like it? Scroll by.
Yeah, if I don't like something, I don't really get into it.
I feel bad.
It's a hub of negativity.
It is.
Unfortunately,
But there's also, great humor in the comment section.
Some people are very creative.
So
I'll
funny.
give you one. They had the cover of Gladiator with Phil Leotardo from Sopranos, the actor Frank Vincent, with his head over Russell Crowe, and it said "Radiators." and in the top in the tagline, 20 fucking years in the can. And you remember the part where he says, I wanted to eat manigote. I eat grilled cheese off a radiator. I mean, just the creativity to think of that and throw
Right.
that. I was like, there's some brilliant people just making some really funny shit out there.
There really is.
You know?
What the
Oh,
hell?
no.
Hacked by the mic. Oh, God.
But by the way, when we're talking about Taylor Swift and everything, Michelle is texting me. She is a mean girl, Jason, and she avoided Celine Dion.
Oh,
They did.
thanks,
They
Michelle, you
did have
did
a
that.
photo opportunity after. There was a picture after the
yes,
fact.
I did see the picture.
Right, but again, she might not have that personal connection, and she's up there to you have to accept this award. You got to say stuff.
Yeah.
You don't stiff arm the person out of the way. You accept it and you give the schmeal, right, Ruben? Am I nuts here?
Well, what did you think of the halftime show? Oh, sure.
I love roller skates.
Michelle loved the roller skate vibe of that and everything.
I
I loved the surprise of Alicia Keys being there. One of my absolute favorites. I mean, just she's just heart and soul when you see her perform,
Yep.
and that was so cool how they brought that together.
She was great.
And I am convinced that if the halftime show is not music that people are into, they are just not going to like it.
Oh,
Like,
I mean,
it's
the
becoming-
comments about the halftime show.
I was
are
really
nuts,
hoping Justin Bieber was going to get up and sing a
was
set
there.
with him.
too.
He
was
said he
there.
wasn't feeling it.
I
Usher asked him, but he said he wasn't feeling it.
And then I saw another article, but did not read it. The real reason why he actually didn't do it, which was, I guess, more in depth than
Oh, okay.
whatever they said. I don't know, but I can't even talk about things I've read and seen about Justin Bieber because
I like
We
him.
won't get into it, but I mean, again, the memes about it, they were like, all right, you, like, nobody can be satisfied with anything. Like, Usher had 3 outfit changes. He took his shirt off. He brought his friends out. He had roller skates. He even had stripper poles, and you're still, like, complaining about it.
it was a hell of a show.
It was pretty funny.
Michelle was blasting it on the surround set. She was loving it.
Yeah, I was like initially like, oh, Usher, like so underwhelmed, but
you
it
already
was
talked
a
about
good
this
show.
when you're like,
Yeah.
it's Usher. I'm like, nah, it's like Usher's got like forever hits.
But I feel like he could have played better songs.
I'll agree.
Like,
I'll
yeah.
agree that the songs that he went
Yeah,
with
the
were,
song choice.
like for instance, his one of his first singles, You Remind Me, you didn't I don't even think you heard that, and that's one of his first huge hits.
Right.
The other I can't think of the other one, but that's what you thought. You were going to get a rundown of all his biggest
Yeah,
songs.
like his greatest hits, basically.
And they, I guess for whatever reason, they worked it out how
But
they did.
he did what
the
he liked.
arrangement was a little off. The dancing, everything, that was all
Yeah.
It's always underwhelming.
I'd rather watch him dance than hear him sing.
It's a hell of a dance.
But it's always like Prince set the bar so high. I don't think anybody can ever compare to that. And it's like, it's not a concert. It's 15 minutes. Like, what do you want from these people? They got to do a medley in 15 minutes. Like,
Agreed. Yeah.
but I did check out, according to NBC, the top 10 halftime performances. And I don't know how they rated these because
Are we going least to best?
yes, we're
Okay.
starting at 10, number 1, the best. But 10, Bruno Mars.
Oh.
9, The Weeknd.
I like The Weeknd.
I like The Weeknd, but
And I like that show The Weeknd did.
oh, I didn't like that show.
I
was
really
weird going
like
through
that
the
show.
house or whatever it was. I don't know.
That was 3 years ago, The Weeknd, right?
That was during COVID.
When did Bruno's was good? I think I like Bruno Mars's.
I
can't-
like any. What happened to Bruno Mars?
Where
Where
did
is
he go?
he?
Bruno Mars, where
hiatus.
are you? Make yourself known, sir.
What
Come
is he
back.
doing?
The
What better
last-
does he have going on than to make music?
He
Living
is.
his
He
best life.
Well, he has more recently than just his own album. He's part of a group called Silk Sonic, and it's I love the one song, and it's just
I'll have to look it up.
This bitch has got me smoking out the window.
Okay.
So
that's
it's
the
just
name of
like
the song?
about this woman stressing me out. Your kids are at Chuck E. Cheese running around, smoking out the window.
That
Silk Sonic.
is
It's him, and I cannot
amazing.
remember the other artists that they're like
Okay.
made a little super group. That was a little while ago, but he has been there. There they are. Yep. And yeah, that's the
Love it. I love their vibe. Oh,
Listen,
my
you'll
God.
get a kick out of this song.
I am going to
It's
listen
fun.
to this. And I'm
It's good.
Smoking out the window.
Smoking out the window. She's got me smoking out the window.
That is great.
Yep.
Okay.
But
I can't wait to listen to that.
But yeah, I think I can't
I would have
remember the
put
Super Bowl.
Bruno above The Weeknd.
Yeah, I would too. Well, he is above. No, he's
No.
not. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm confusing myself.
Okay,
Anyway,
so number 8.
Madonna.
Which Madonna?
I liked Madonna. Well, I was always a big Madonna fan,
Me
and she
too,
still
but
looked good then.
Which was this? The Blonde Ambition days?
No, this was,
this was-
about 10 years ago.
Good, yeah. Katy Perry.
I hated that.
Number
Hated
6, JT and
Hated
Janet
it.
Jackson.
Well, I like that.
Number
It
5,
was a great
Rihanna.
Super Bowl too.
Number 4, Dr. Dre, Snoop, and Kendrick Lamar.
Loved it.
It was
I-
okay.
It was really hyped. It was hard to live up to what it was.
It
I mean, I
was.
liked
Yeah.
the reunion, but I found it to be a little boring. But I find Super Bowl halftime shows to be boring.
I know. I'm just saying.
Well,
I
you
said
know
they're
how we said the
underwhelming every year.
songs with Usher, with Snoop and Dre, and I think
They couldn't
you didn't
play.
need so much going on around these guys.
And they couldn't
Just
play,
having them would have been enough.
like their best stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Well, right? Yeah, they.
Well,
know,
Snoop's
all right. So
best
what?
stuff. You can't
what
play
number
that
were
on-
they? Yeah, that's true. 5.
they're number 4.
4.
Okay.
Rihanna was 5. Dr. Dre, Snoop, Kendrick Lamar, number 4. Number 3, Beyonce. Number 2, Michael Jackson, and number 1, Prince.
Okay. Well, I
I'm
agree
sorry.
with.
Number 2 was the Michael Jackson,
Yes.
and Prince is the number 1.
Okay.
Of course.
Either
Well, the Michael Jackson
that could
one's-
have gone either way for me.
The Michael Jackson one was like, I remember they had like a life-size statue of himself that he jumped. out
Yeah,
of.
and then he was the hero, and he was there, and he was.
That was.
I don't remember that. I'm going to have to
I'll
give
tell
it a
you
look
this.
on YouTube.
They used to
They-
have. It wasn't always music at
He
halftime.
stood there for how long? And with people
Yes.
screaming.
Yeah, with the aviators on, right? I
Yep.
remember.
Stood there.
Alright.
This is what happened. They were losing the halftime show. MTV was having their own halftime show because
That's
it was
right.
so lame. And
People
they were
wouldn't even watch.
People were not even watching. They were tuning the game off, and they were like, "We got to do something." And that's where you get that Michael Jackson
Okay.
halftime show. But and again, if you ask me Prince or Michael Jackson, I'm Prince. And I understand singing the Purple Rain in the Rain. That was a pretty incredible moment.
You're right.
Oh, sorry.
You're just going to watch YouTube while we're YouTubing live, aren't you?
We are literally YouTube Live.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
But Prince, like, you couldn't produce that, like, for the rain. Like, that actually just rained by itself. Like, that was unreal.
Yeah.
All right, I'll watch Michael Jackson
Pretty
another
amazing.
day.
Yeah.
But, all right, so the fact that the Chiefs won, I mean, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, that victory-winning,
Sex.
all-time winner sex. Like,
That's what she was. She
how
was
about
rooting
that?
for
Like,
Kansas
can you
City
imagine?
because she
She
wanted
just
them to have good sex
came
that
off
night.
of her Grammy win. Like, she's at the top of her game. He's at the top of his game. Like, the two winningest winners in the world at that moment.
I'm
unreal.
gonna be a monkey wrench in the program here. When he got up to receive the award, I love this girl on YouTube. Her name's Amal, and she said, "Watch Taylor Swift's face
Oh.
with the secondhand embarrassment
the ick.
of his black speak." And then when he did the Viva La Vegas,
She had the icks right then.
it was
She
it was like,
"Ugh."
like I got a lot of people looking at me, and you're doing weird shit right
Yeah,
now. That's
icks.
what that face said to me.
Did
You may have just won the
see
Super Bowl.
him at the parade?
No.
This man was falling down drunk, and he was singing. What was he singing? He was singing again. It was not a good look.
Oh no,
What
I
was
didn't
he
see this
singing?
either.
Yeah, you gotta.
I'll check this
that
out. I will check this out.
He was swaying. He was stumbling. He was a mess. But
And there was more singing.
yeah,
all right,
Yeah.
As someone that's been to a Super Bowl parade,
Oh,
I appreciate that.
which one'd you go to?
Philadelphia.
Oh,
In
those.
the ice cold, 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 cold.
The last one they won.
The only one they won.
They only won one.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
I'm messing around.
It was the first and only.
It was the year the guy ate the horse shit. You know,
what?
a Philadelphia fan. He ate the horse shit. In the
I didn't.
celebration.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Not surprised.
They went through the whole thing like we're greasing up the street balls so people can't climb.
Doesn't
they still
matter.
Climbed them.
Yeah, that didn't stop.
Oh,
him.
if I could tell you some of the things I've seen being there.
At the parade.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, just like they climbed the sides of buildings, like
Just to climb them.
yeah. And a client of mine, he was going to Temple at the time, and their friends, they were all not of age yet, drinking, and they went into like an alleyway and they were like passing around the beer, and the cop came up and he goes, "You guys really, are you 21?" And they're like, "No." And he goes, "All right, Eagles won the Super Bowl. Get the hell out of here."
Oh, that's cool.
Pretty much, yes.
like.
Well, that's a good celebration.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Kansas City.
Right.
What we're going to remember.
I mean,
that.
we were dancing with police officers. They were had the barricades. They were on the other side of the barricade, but they had a DJ, and we were all dancing, and the police officers were dancing with us. Like, it was a good time.
It was a good time.
A good energy to it all.
It was freezing, so you danced just to stay warm.
Stay warm.
Yeah, no, it was fun.
Where did you pee?
So I peed when I first got there in one of the porta potties. I did it before it got crowded, and I didn't drink anything from the day before. So
You were completely dehydrated.
I was.
I always wonder that, like in those big crowds like that, like
Where's
Times Square, those big parades where you're there all day and you can't get out. Where do you pee?
yeah, I mean, I don't like crowds. I'm 5 foot tall. I do not like crowds. I don't like a lot of people, and I hate the cold. So when we got to the parade, I thought, "Oh my God, what am I doing here?
How did I get
Why
This was a bad move.
Why am I?" But I'm a fan, so
No,
it was
I
history.
definitely went too if I was you. You got to go to that.
Yeah, I
My
wish
whole
I
family.
had.
My husband, my 3 kids, my daughter's boyfriend, my husband's best friend that he grew up with, my son's best friend. Like, we were all there
True.
together.
It was a monumental occasion.
Yep.
All right, so now is a good time if you haven't subscribed, liked, commented, do all that stuff.
Do
Help
that
us
stuff.
the algorithm. I just want to mention next week we have Devin Zorzetti from Glass Skin Aesthetics coming on the show.
Ooh.
So we'll
An
talk about
esthetician?
yeah.
Ooh.
Talk about her business a little bit, what she's doing, and
What she can do to me.
yeah, exactly, and just our usual nonsense. She'll pipe in on that kind of stuff. So it'll be a good time. What time did we start tonight? Late,
We
right?
started
Late?
on time.
We did?
I don't know. I don't know.
We didn't even get to Charlotte the damn Stingray. Or the different type of friends that are in the friends group.
Do
We got
your
to none of
stingray.
that.
You really wanted to do this.
I'm
Get
really
into the
obsessed.
stingray.
I've been tracking all week this Charlotte the Stingray. If you don't know about Charlotte the Stingray, she's a stingray in an aquarium in Charlotte, North Carolina. And she's been in this tank for 8 years. There's no other stingrays in there, or no male stingrays. They're all females, and they're sharks. All of a sudden, Charlotte's pregnant. How? How do you ask?
Immaculate
We don't know.
conception.
It's either
I
the
knew you were gonna
immaculate
say that.
conception, but they did find that she has shark bites all over her. And when sharks mate, they bite each other.
Oh, well, then there you go.
But science is saying you cannot have a hybrid stingray shark baby. Like the DNA doesn't DNA. Like you can't.
It won't impregnate.
So it
That's
will
what they say.
die,
Oh.
is what they're saying.
I don't know. They're saying that no. She just I forget the word.
She shouldn't, even if they.
She's impregnated herself, basically.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
saying.
It was a clone, they said.
They said
I
that
read the
her
article.
eggs could
That-
clone themselves or
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's what they're. But I mean, are they right? I don't know.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you because I read what you sent me and I looked at the bottom of it and I'm like, oh, because I didn't know a shark could impregnate a stingray either, but it's not.
Who knows?
Yes.
We'll find out. I keep checking the feed to see if she's, in labor, giving birth to these pups yet. But it
And
will
this
either
is-
be the Jesus stingray
The Jesus stingray.
Stingray.
Or-
Jesus the stingray.
or a shark ray. Yeah, a shark ray.
And everyone is making this pilgrimage to this aquarium.
Yes, the
There's about
weekends.
no less than
Right.
75 people a day.
A day to go
get in
see
here.
this.
It's
yeah.
pretty incredible.
I mean, I'm not going to the aquarium to see it, but because to me, aquariums, if you watch this, you've seen one, you've seen them all. They're all the damn same. Same thing with zoos, parades, other than a Super Bowl parade, and fireworks. They're all the same shit, different day.
I had
He's
a
like, "I
really
like a zoo."
amazing experience in Baltimore on a class trip. And
At an aquarium?
I'm just up front here. Stuff in the water, that's their territory. I don't do it. It's very frightening to me. And it was
Water itself is.
it was an
frightening.
indoor thing, and you had the hammer shark, you had the tiger shark, and Baltimore, that's their thing out there.
Right.
The
Yeah,
aquarium
that's
and the harbor
Is
and
that
all.
the biggest aquarium in the?
I don't remember, but I get to the end, and then there's the placard for the great white shark, and I look, and I'm like, you got wall, and I'm like, where is? And this shadow comes over me. That's lights like our lights. It's that blue in there, that aquarium blue, and I just see this huge shadow come over me. I'm like, and he's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll never forget that. Never forget that.
No.
Wow.
And I've only been to all right, Michelle was the one who told me this, but my whole life going down the shore, I never knew that there was actually an aquarium at Jenkinson's.
Oh.
Yeah. There is.
Right after the hurricane, we had seen the seals and everything there and the shows that they do. No, I never know. I just went down there, we partied, and
Yeah.
I never knew there was.
It's a cute little aquarium.
Yes,
It
is
was cute, yeah. So those are my only aquarium experiences. So I don't really have a lot to, but they were very different.
I mean, having children, you take the kids to the aquarium,
Okay.
on the school trips. I've been to aquariums multiple times, and I just, I'm over it. It's like
Okay, I see where you're coming from on that.
same one, you see them all. They're the same thing. I've never been impressed, but that's just me.
Yeah, I'm not an aquarium person.
But would you, let's say time permitted and everything, would you go see Charlotte?
No,
Okay.
I'll just read about it on my feed.
Okay.
I don't need to go.
Talking about making pilgrimages, this was when you were talking about being cold at the parade and why did I do this? 2017, Michelle and I went to Puxatawny to see the groundhog.
Did he see a shadow?
That year he did, right? This year we got an early spring. He didn't, right? But that year he did. So there was more winter. And we are, just like you said, we met a kid from Detroit out there. You go out there 3 o'clock in the morning. You need to be at Gobbler's Knob at 3 o'clock in the morning. They bus you in there from another location. And you get there, and this kid came up to us, porta potties, Tracy.
I was gonna ask.
And his kid, he was so funny. He looked at me and Michelle because she's like, is there a line for this bathroom? And he don't even know us. And he goes, this was a bad idea.
Yeah.
He's like, it's so cold. I'm from freaking Detroit. He's like, half the people I came with are blasted in the hotel. They're not even going to see the thing. I just ate a hot dog for breakfast. Who eats a hot dog for breakfast? Like you said, dancing around to keep warm, very much true. You got to do it. It was so cold. But I'll tell you what, they got orchestra music playing, and Michelle said, she's like, when in my life am I going to see snow and fireworks at the same freaking time with the orchestra music from Star Wars? And, then you see the town, which is awesome and everything.
Well,
But
that's a cool story.
Yeah, but it's every year I'm like, but like you said, am I going to do it again? It's a bucket list thing, and I did.
Right.
And I don't think I could do it. Maybe if I had the time and the means, and I'll do it again. But
Right. There's other places though
I
on
mean,
your
of
bucket
course,
list.
we didn't stay in the town. It's crazy. It's like more than Super Bowl to stay in the Puxatawny town. We got a room in Brookdale outside of there.
That
But
is
yes.
so cool.
But that was my what am I doing here moment. But it was all said and done, it was worth it.
I always have that "what am I doing here" moment. I have that all the time. I'm like, why am I here?
When I drank, I never did.
No.
No, as long as I was somewhere where I could drink, I didn't care. It's like I don't care where we're going. Like I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna enjoy it, we're gonna hang out. But then I got more selective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
My friend
old
was like,
now,
You're
so.
gonna go to Bill's tonight? I'm like, I don't know. Is there gonna be somewhere for me to sit?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna
I'm
stand
not
all
gonna
night
stand in
after
a
working
bar.
at my part-time.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely more selective now that I'm older. I don't have much time left, so I
You are
gotta.
too funny.
I don't know. I don't want to go places that I don't really want to go.
Right.
Like I can say no now, and I don't feel bad.
Right.
Right, you don't feel missing out.
No, but we'll get to this last thing, and maybe we'll do flavor of the week. I guess we can go to whatever time we want.
I cannot. I have to leave soon.
All right. Well, all right. We'll just get to the different type
But
of
you guys can keep going.
friends. I was just thinking
I
about
don't
that
think it'd
today.
be right.
What's that?
What, you began and we should end. Jen said we could keep going.
You keep going.
All right, we'll save it for next week. We'll wrap it up.
No, go ahead. Say it.
No. We'll end it here
Ruben already
We'll
threw
wrap
the
it up.
graphic up. Like, all right.
for the stingray.
Oh, did you have this thing right up, Ruben?
That's Charlie
Super
the Stingray.
producer Ruben
I know.
Rodriguez.
Yeah, I
Thank
have
you,
the video.
Rube.
Yes.
But yeah, we'll end on that note.
And thank you so much for having me.
You're
I
welcome.
always
We
enjoy
love
so
having
much
you.
coming on with you guys.
Yeah, you're a
Come
blast.
back next week. We'll talk about what
Skincare.
friend are you in the friend group? Because I want to know, like, what friend are you? The one that plans everything? Are you always late? Are you always early? Separate checks? There's always somebody with all the drama.
I'm excited about the esthetician.
Well,
Me too.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Oh, Tracy,
Yeah.
speaking of that,
Yeah.
believe it or not, I was watching a couple of videos about men who take their girlfriend out for their birthday parties, and the girlfriend invites all their friends, and they get stuck with a $700-800 bill, and the boyfriend's like, I'm not paying that. I said, your friends are on your own because I only invited you to your birthday party. You invited those 15 people, so that's
Am
your
I the
problem.
asshole?
Yeah, that's an Am I the asshole? We'll delve
Yeah, I
into
can
that
pull up
next
those
week,
videos for you next
too.
time.
That's a good one. We haven't had Am I the
I-
asshole in a
Yeah.
while.
Can I suggest just one brief segment that would only take a moment?
Sure. Yes.
Since your show is
Go ahead.
WTF, everybody goes through a week. For instance, I'm not going to say who or where. I had to get 2 car washes today. That was my WTF moment of the week, where it's like I got the car out and it was dirtier than when I brought it to the place. And
Oh, wow.
that was my W. So, like, if next week, what did you have for a time? I would
What's
like to
your
know. Would you-
WTF of the week?
WT,
I like
you
that.
gotta have one, and if you didn't, I guess you have a great week that week. But I
love
was thinking of that today. I
We
was like,
will. Yeah.
When am I went to a whole nother car wash.
I have a
Wow.
WTF of the day. Like, I got a ton of material for that.
I got a major one.
Lay it on us.
Well, all right. I have a friend named John. He's 61, about to be 62 this year.
Oh, he's naming names.
His birthday, his social security
Your
number.
number 399.
62-year-old John, you are the WTF.
Do you have his driver's license number?
You're
on
the
you?
asshole,
Yeah,
John.
No, he's not the asshole. What happened to him by unfortunate circumstances kind of was the asshole. He just got a new adopted dog, a Jack Russell, 3 years old, 3-year-old Jack Russell, cute dog. So he loves animals. He goes and feeds the stray cats near the bay, near the shore, right? And the dog, he has one of those old trucks that doesn't have that safety clutch on there, because like, you know how you got to press on the brake to release the gear shift.
Yeah.
Well, he has the older truck that doesn't have that safety mechanism where you press the brake.
Ruben, this is starting to sound like one of my short stories. You're getting me nervous.
Sounded like a country song. All right, Rick,
Dogs and
Jen's got to go. Let's wrap this up.
All right. So anyway, the dog somehow released the gear shift. I think with the leash or somehow, and put the car in neutral. He let the car running, and the car started rolling right into the bay.
With the dog in it?
Yeah, with the dog in it. And he ran after it. And now, mind you, he's not in any condition to run because he just had his stomach surgery.
That's why that's important.
So he runs to get the truck,
oh no.
opens the door. The door slams him in the face.
Oh my gosh.
He falls to the ground, and the back of the truck runs over his leg, and the dog and the truck are headed toward the bay. And what happened was there's these pylons that from an old pier that were sticking out of the water, stops the truck by blowing one of the tires out, and it stops right at the edge of the water.
I thought you were
Oh
going to
my
say
God.
he was pinned
After-
between the pylon and the truck.
After he got
And the
bitch
dog
slapped in
was
the face
okay.
and his foot run over.
He's
How's
okay,
John?
but he's still in pain, though.
John's in pain.
John's in pain.
John,
John
get
is
well
you
soon.
get the first
John.
WTF ever. That is tremendous. Wow.
You're not having
I'm
a
gl-
very good 2024, John.
Yeah,
No,
John.
no.
something else.
Stay home, John.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
We
good
wish
one.
Yeah,
you well.
I was like,
On that note, we're out.
We're
We'll
outta
see you next Wednesday.
Later.
Bye. Thank you, guys.
Sorry.
Live from Hamilton Radio Studios from 206 to the 609 and beyond, it's WTF with Tracy and Friends. The most fun you can have on a Wednesday with your clothes on. Now, the 2023 nominee for Best Female Podcast Host, Tracy Brannigan.